Hello, this is Shadow. I'd like to talk about integrity. Um, it's not something everyone has or think they have or knows about. They think integrity and they think, oh, I'm this, I'm that. I sure I got integrity. Mm, Not really, you know. Um, so I was kind of researching, and the meaning of integrity, there's two different meanings. One is the quality of being honest, the quality of being honest and having strong moral principles, moral uprightness. He is known to be a man of integrity. The other meaning is the state of being whole and undivided, upholding territorial integrity, national sovereignty. That's two different meanings that it gives. Um, a lot of people I find don't fall into that, either one of those. I fall into that, both those meanings. I have integrity. I know I have integrity. People tell me I do. How much? I don't know. I question it all the time. Do I have integrity? How much do I have? Do I have very little? I've been told I have a lot. And that brings me to another thing of integrity is an act of behaving honorably. A lot of people I know within an organization that I work with are honorable. They have integrity. Um, they do what they say they're going to do, and they're honest mostly. I mean, they roundabout ways. Yes, they're honest, and they will tell you things sometimes in a roundabout way, mostly directly. Um, one thing I do ask is, or make wonder, do you have integrity? When I read the two meetings, you know, of being honest and having strong moral principles and whole and undivided, does that fit you? You know, also, what does integrity mean to you? I mean, integrity means different things to different people. Like I said, to me, being honest, doing what I say I'm going to do. If I say I'm going to run this project, I'm going to run this project. Uh, if I'm going to go out for a motorcycle ride, it may not happen that day because some things happen. That's fine. Doesn't mean you lose integrity. Um, Going helping someone who can't help themselves or who has a problem, who has problems doing things, you know, stuff like that. What is integrity in a person? Having integrity means you live in accordance to your deepest values. You're honest with everyone, and you always keep your word. There you go. I keep my word. A lot of people I know keep their word. There's times where you can't keep your word, and that's where communication comes in. But I always try to reschedule to keep my integrity, to keep me and my friends and family whole. Um, What are some of the 5 attributes of integrity? Well, honesty, as I've been saying, respect, generating trust, pride, responsibility, keeping promises, helping others. Those are some of the aspects of integrity. And you know what? I do all those. A lot of people I know do all those. A lot of people I know that ride motorcycles do all those. Uh, there are some people I know that don't even do half of these. You know, what are some of the examples of integrity? Like informing a cashier that they gave you too much money and going back to the store to pay for something you forgot to pay for. Stuff like that. Doing what you say you're going to do. Refrain from sharing secrets and confidential information with others. Um, that's one way to build trust with people. Remain honest with your partner and others. Avoid gossiping about others. Sometimes it's hard, but I can do it. My wife does it. Follow through on promises that you make. Return found items without explanation or receive an award. Admit when you're wrong. There's some phone messages coming in. Um, what are some character traits? Like I said in previous, um, gracious, respectful, honest, trustworthy, hardworking, responsible, helpful, patient. Those are some character traits. But in simple, you know, I'm looking at my phone. I've done a lot of research and trying to put this all together was not easy. Another, to put it in simple words, integrity is basically doing the right thing in a reliable way. You know who does things in the right way? Bikers, people in organizations that do good in the community. Every once in a while, you get one that's not too honest, but they still have integrity. Um, so, with the traits, that's how you can tell someone who has good integrity. Like I said, honor, honorableness, incorruptibility, righteousness, right mindedness, stuff like that. You know, so then how do you tell if someone lacks integrity? Well, here are some warning signs. And the big thing is they probably won't do the right thing. I ran into that last year in a project I ran. A person I know didn't have good integrity. They weren't doing the right thing. I always act in the best interest. If I'm with an organization, I always act in the best interest. Um, if I'm by myself, it's the best interest of me, or my family, my friends, Most of the time, it's my family and my friends. I don't, very little do I think of me when it comes to that stuff. Another warning side is defensiveness. They're always defensive about things. Ambiguous, indirect, or non-specific in speech, language and behavior, inconsistency, basically. Inability to apologize or accept accountability. I always accept accountability. Lack of reliability, frequent compromises, bragging. Yeah, I'm not sure about bragging. I brag all the, not all the time, but I do brag, toot my own horn, so to speak, once in a while. But I do it in a joking way because I don't really mean it. I give credit to others where it's due. You know, um, very rarely do I take credit for myself because if it weren't for the people that were helping me run a project, there wouldn't be a project. So why should I take credit for a project when I had all these other people helping me? Give them the credit they deserve, and good things will happen. Um, I've there's a couple projects where I've done and just, hey, these people deserve all the credit. I don't, and I still get credit for it. They still give me credit, but I hand that down. Hey, this person gave a compliment about us. I thought I'd pass that along to you, or I go to people and say, hey, you're doing a great job. Keep it up. That means a lot to people. Um, that's another part of integrity. Um, if you lose your integrity, can you get it back? Yeah, you can get it back. It's going to be a lot of work, but you can get it back. Um, like make promises and keep them. You know, that's one of the first steps. You make a promise, keep that promise. If you if something happens and you can't keep that promise on a certain day or time, make arrangements to do it another day and another time. You're not breaking your promise, but what you're doing is you're keeping your promise and you're rescheduling. Things happen. Don't worry about it. It just things happen. Do what you have to do, but still keep that promise. And that shows responsibility that you've chosen to take on. Be honest in all your communications. Even if it means you're calling someone a jackass, well, at least you're being honest, they're a jackass. Um, keep yourself and your environment clean and organized. Out, yeah, in the house, I'm I'm kind of cleanly. That's a little different, but outside, I'm pretty good. I focus, allow for the proper influences. That's 5 ways to help build your integrity back up. It ain't going to be easy. It's going to be a lot of work, but you can do it. Um, but yeah, you know, if someone's bragging about their about things, they don't have a lot of integrity. They just don't. I don't see my boss basically brags and takes claim for a lot of things. He doesn't have a lot of integrity. I really don't give a crap about him at all. What I do give a crap about is the person just working outside my office who's busting his ass to get his job done and making sure what he's doing is passed on to the next person so they can do their job. That's integrity. That is a good person to work with. And that's at work, by the way, if you haven't picked that up. Um, Motorcycling, bikers, they have a lot of integrity. They say what they're going to do. If they say they're going to kick your ass, they're going to kick your ass. They say they want to sit down and talk, have a beer, they're going to sit down and talk with you and have a beer. Um, Most of the time, if you ain't worth it, they just ain't going to deal with you. You know, that's how I am. That's how my dad is. That's how a lot of people I know are. If you ain't worth their time, screw it. We just ain't going to bother with you. They do a lot of work in the community, help better the community in a lot of ways. Toy drives, fundraising, going to places to help other people in assisted living, stuff like that. You can find it's hard to find stories of bikers doing things, but if you want to know, look around, see what they're doing. Um, they rarely take credit for themselves. They're always saying they're doing the better good for the people, and that's true. Why take credit for it? Because all they're doing is being people and helping each other out. Um, Other people have integrity, or people in organizations that don't want anything for themselves. People go to them, hey, can we have money for this? Can we have money for that? And they help out as best they can, but they also go out and do projects like paint parks, do highway cleanups, hold Easter egg hunts, have one project I've heard was a phone Santa where kids call in and they take they talk to people and write down what they want, stuff like that. It's a way of doing good. Person I know did essays, had kids in school write about an essay about bullying. Why is it bad? How does it affect you? Stuff like that. That's doing good. These people have integrity. Um, there's things I'm not even thinking of too. So, um, but what I was speaking about last year, which I really can't speak on details of. I'm because I'm held by a code, and well, things happened last year, and my name and credibility and integrity, all that took a hit. My name was dragged through the mud. Um, I lost some friends, and the ones I lost probably weren't worth keeping anyway. The ones that remain, I'm very thankful for. Um, some people got hurt. I got hurt. Like I said, my name was dragged through the mud. My integrity took a huge hit, but I came out standing tall with my head held high, with my integrity intact. I'm still dealing with some things from last year, not only because some things just worked out communication wise, stuff like that. So I'm still working on that. But yeah, I can't really talk about it. So I want to go into details, but I can't. Um, but if your name gets drunk through the mud and your integrity takes a hit, all you got to do is, you know what, just say, you know what, I know what happened. These people know what happened. That's all that matters. Put your head up high and be proud. You did the best you could with what you had at the time. So um, that's my thing on integrity. Do you have integrity or do you not? If you have integrity, show it and be proud. Thank you.